On day 3, we headed to Macau, a special administrative region of China. Macau was formerly a Portuguese colony, where they inhabited the 3 islands for over 400 years. Like Hong Kong, Macau has been returned back to China. This occurred in 1999. Macau is known as the Las Vegas of the East, here advertised as the Venetian Hotel and Casino, which will be our first stop when we get to Macau. This is on the ferry travelling over. The high-speed ferry takes only 45 minutes to get to Macau from Hong Kong. After arriving in Macau, we started our guided tour of the city. Our first stop will be the Venetian Hotel.
I don't know, Macau. Maybe Macau. Maybe 10 years later, I don't know.
On arrival to the hotel, you see a replica of the tower in St. Mark's Square in Venice, and there is a canal outside the hotel. On the inside of the hotel, there are street scenes with painted skies to look like the outside world. There are also canals inside the hotel. The use of colour temperature and brightness to create the illusion of the outside world is truly impressive. The temperature in the space was lovely and cool, even though it was 28 degrees C outside, all thanks to this huge chiller plant room, the largest chiller plant facility that I'd ever seen. To keep the 3,000 bedrooms, the casino and the parades cool, there's 185 megawatts of cooling. As was customary, we posed for another group photo. In the afternoon we had a tour of Macau, and we were actually there the day before the start of the Macau Grand Prix, and we saw lots of the barriers and that being set up. We had the pleasure of going to the Macau Grand Prix Museum, where we saw the likes of David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna's cars, and we also got to see Ayrton Senna's complete race suit too. During the tour we moved from the south part of Macau to the north part of Macau, which is mainly residential. Here we were able to see the older, more Portuguese side of Macau, rather than the reclaimed land high-rise casino part of Macau which we'd seen in the morning. This area of Macau was far more residential and also featured the historic Portuguese centre of Macau. We visited the facade of the Church of St. Paul's. The rest of the church was unfortunately lost in a fire. Far newer buildings could be seen in the distance, such as this impressive Grand Lisbon Casino. We also visited Senado Square, surrounded by shops, cafes and restaurants. It really is the cultural heart of the city. Macau's islands are connected by large, impressive bridges. From these bridges we could see the Macau Tower, and we also caught a glimpse of Studio City, the casino where we would be heading to after our dinner. On our way to dinner, we saw this particularly large spider. For our meal, we enjoyed delicious Portuguese cuisine in a relaxed setting. After dinner, we were heading to Studio City, Macau's newest casino. It only opened less than a month before our trip. There's over 1,600 rooms, and it is decorated in a Hollywood Art Deco style. The inside of the hotel features New York-style streets with parades of shops between the casino rooms. During our visit, we also got to see the electrical switchgear, the backup generators, and also the huge cooling towers seen in the foreground here. The external lighting was very impressive, and featured in that 8 symbol is a ride. Overall, Macau was a great addition to the conference itinerary. Macau tops the list for most densely populated countries in the world. And it was fantastic to see how the heating and cooling works in 2 of the largest casinos in the world.